Hi, welcome back to my second and final part of my class on No Men Are Foreign by James Kirkup. Before we proceed, I think that all of you have got the text of the poem with you, and I request all of you to listen to my class quite attentively. Now, we can look at the remaining three stanzas of the poem. Look at the third stanza. Let me read. Remember, they have eyes like ours that wake or sleep, and strength that can be won by love. In every land is a common life that all can recognize and understand. The third stanza also begins with the word remember. Remember, they have eyes like ours. The poet is reminding us that we should always bear in mind that people belong to other nations, other countries, other place. People belong to other religion, other creed, and other caste have got similar physical features like ours. They have got eyes like ours. They have eyes like ours that they wake up or sleep, with which they sleep or wake up. We should remember that the so called foreign people sleep and wake up as we do. I look at the next lines. And strength that can be won by love in every land is common life that all can recognize and understand. Like us, they too can be won over by love and not by force. They have the strength that can be won easily by love. Then we should think that we should remember that life is everywhere the same. Human beings have a similar way of life. Then they have got hands, their hands got a purpose. They do something with the hands. They have got eyes, with the eyes they sleep or wake up, they see. Then the human organs have got the same function everywhere in all lands. See, we can understand that all human beings share equal characteristics, equal traits. Okay, this is the paraphrasal meaning of the third stanza. Look at the fourth stanza. Let us remember, whenever we are told to hate our brothers, it is ourselves that we shall dispossess, betray, condemn. Remember, we who take arms against each other. In the fourth stanza, the poet gives us a warning and he develops his theme of universal brotherhood in a beautifully well manner. The poet here gives us a warning against our leaders, our rulers, who want us to hate other people, people belong to other nations, other countries, as our enemies. The poet here says that when we hate people belonging to other countries and when we think of other people as our enemies, then we are depriving ourselves of our bliss of universal brotherhood. Then we are cheating ourselves, then we are condemning ourselves. See, our hatred of other people will have a negative effect on us. It is a kind of self destruction. Then it is ourselves that we shall dispossess, betray, and condemn. Remember, we who take arms against each other, when we take arms against each other, when we start killing people of any other country, any other nations, we are endangering human beings at large. We are endangering ourselves. We are destroying ourselves. We negate the right of other people to exist on the face of earth. So, here the poet exhorts us to live in harmony, that we should not fight one another. Taking arms against our neighbor, taking arms against other people belong to different nations will really deprive us of the grateful bliss of the peaceful and harmonious coexistence on the face of the earth. We should stop fighting one another and we should uphold the great idea of universal brotherhood, oneness of human beings. Okay, then we are proceeding to the next and final stanza of the poem. It is the human earth that we defile, our hells of fire and dust outrage the innocence of air that is everywhere our own. Remember, no men are foreign and no countries strange. The poet repeatedly, over and over again, reminds us that we should move on the right track, right path. We should think logically. And he says that, he reminds us that war is meaningless, war is futile. Taking arms against our neighbor, taking arms against those people who belong to other countries or other region is really meaningless. It will really defile the very earth where human beings must coexist in peaceful harmony. We should not spoil the earth, we should not defile the earth by our hatred of other people. Look at the next lines. Our hells of fire and dust outrage the innocence of air that is everywhere our own. See, taking arms against each other will really defile, will really pollute the entire environment. The loss is common to all. The weapons that emit fire and dust spreading all of, will spread all over the environment and pollute the entire earth. The earth is not ours only. The earth belongs to everyone. By launching war against one another, we are robbing the air of its purity. We are polluting the earth, we are polluting the environment, and it will be quite difficult for people to live in to live in this world. We are negating people their right to live in a very pollution free environment. Remember, no men are foreign and no country is strange. The poem ends as it began with the same line. The poet is repeatedly reminding us the fact that then all human beings are equal. The boundary that separates people from other nations then must be eradicated, must be demolished, must be erased. We should have mutual respect and mutual love. So the poem has a beautiful message of oneness of human beings, the message of universal brotherhood. It warns us against taking arms against each other. It warns us against hating other people, people belong to other nations, because all are equal. No men are foreign and no country is strange. No men are foreign and no country is strange. Then thus, the poem clearly and firmly tells us that all the divisions that we make in order to separate people from one another is totally baseless and meaningless. People belong to other nations, other countries, have the same physical, mental, and emotional experiences. See, such people, other people, are not different from us, even though they speak different languages, even though they have different cultures, even though they follow different religions, even though they wear different clothes. Okay, see, nature has differentiated between men of different countries. Look at the sun. Sun provides heat to all of them, all of us. Okay, they take air for breathing and they take food. Okay, so we all take resources from nature for our existence. See, so it is therefore the poet again and again reminds us of the many ways in which we are all the same. We are all human beings. Okay, all human beings are the same, are same. There is no difference between different people and different countries that they live in. Okay, we should respect one another. We should love each other. So the poem is a strong appeal to every one of us to make our heart pure of all hatred and prejudice against other people. And we should embrace the unity of man as a whole. We should embrace the idea of universal brotherhood. We should start loving each other. Then we can have a peaceful coexistence on the face of the earth. Okay? In this context, I would like to quote a few lines from the poem by our beloved poet Veerankuti. The poem is entitled Aslesham, Embrace. Uh, the lines read like this: ഭൂമിക്കടിയിൽ വേരുകൾ കൊണ്ട് കെട്ടിപ്പിടിക്കുന്നു, ഇലകൾ തമ്മിൽ തൊടുമെന്ന് പേടിച്ച് നാം അകറ്റി നട്ട മരങ്ങൾ. വൺസ് മോർ. ഭൂമിക്കടിയിൽ വേരുകൾ കൊണ്ട് കെട്ടിപ്പിടിക്കുന്നു, ഇലകൾ തമ്മിൽ തൊടുമെന്ന് പേടിച്ച് നാം അകറ്റി നട്ട മരങ്ങൾ. The translation of the Malayalam verse is like this: the trees that we have planted far apart, lest their leaves might touch, do embrace each other with their roots beneath the earth. Other objects in nature uphold the idea of universal brotherhood, and human beings must follow the example of other creatures, plants, and animals on earth. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. So that is the end of the poem, and it is a very simple poem, but it conveys a very beautiful and a clear message. Okay, then you read the poem and you try to understand the meaning of the poem and write an appreciation of the poem. I'll write my own appreciation and send to you. Thank you very much. Keep safe. Bye. Have a nice day.